Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the closing bell here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock. This is where we wrap up what has been a definitely exciting trading day. As expected, a lot of fanfare around this, but the event's over. FOMC raised rates 0.25%. Right now, we're in that range of 0.75. Now, next one will be get us to 1% on the overnight rate. As far as Fed funds are concerned, looking into May, it's still at around an 89% probability that they're going to raise rates potentially into the May-June timeframe. With that being said, though, there are a couple things that came out in the statement. First and foremost is that they feel that 3 gradual rate hikes over the course of 2017, that's within their wheelhouse. There was some concerns or some ideas about maybe a 4th rate hike, which still could have some potential, but we'll watch the economic data as it flows through. But 3 seems to be the prudent action. We also saw that the market basically responded quite well. As a matter of fact, taking a look at the Dow Jones finished the day up 0.5%, well off of its worst levels, but still off of its highs at 20,950. It bounced off yesterday, the 20-day moving average, and continued that upswing. We'll watch to see if that momentum, 112-point uptick in the Dow, continues. We did see some large cap names come under pressure. Names like Amazon, Disney, McDonald's, as well as Target, all under a little bit of a pressure today. Let's see if that continues tomorrow. That could put some question marks for the market. Taking a look at the S&P 500, again, finished off of its best levels. But still in the green by 19. There was a nice bounce right after the Fed announced. You can see that it was up 1980 at 2385.30. Again, bouncing off that 20-day moving average. So the bulls, short-term bulls, completely in control at this juncture. Taking a look at the tech-heavy NASDAQ, as I had noted, Intel. Intel was struggling today after it announced its acquisition of Mobileye. Both stocks were down on the deal. The NASDAQ did finish the day up 0.6% at 34, up 34 at 54.1630. Again, off of its best levels, but still in the green, and it was leading the Dow Jones in spite of the fact that Intel struggling to continue to rise to the upside with its peers. The Russell 2000, absolutely impressive action today in the small caps, domestically centric stocks. After the Fed announced, with all the data that's been coming out, and now the focal point going to be on the Trump policies. Tax reform, both business and personal, as well as the infrastructure plays. And throw in healthcare. You got 3 things that have to start getting some momentum on Capitol Hill, especially for the small caps, but they blew through their 50-day and 20-day moving average. They are now above support levels on both of 1370 and 1379 respectively. Small caps were up 20 at 1382.83 on the Russell 2000. Again, a very impressive move. The bulls have taken control in the small caps. Volatility got crushed. This was the biggest loser of the day, down 5.45% at 1160. It could not hold that $12 level. As we had noted, and the inability to hold the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, the bulls just couldn't get momentum all the way from the open. After the Fed came out, they sucked volatility out. We're going to watch this very closely. The dollar action, dollar down 1.15%. Or now $1.18. The dollar weakness has global currencies on the uptick. It also has commodities on the uptick. Not only did crude oil today move to the upside on the dollar weakness, also on the EIA report, we had a draw of 200,000 barrels from the storage. So the EIA and the API came out with a draw. That was positive. Got crude moving to the upside. Dollar weakness continue to catalyze this. We're going to see if that continues, especially as we're going to start to get more OPEC data out. Are they actually adhering to the current production freezes? They say they are, and they say that they're dedicated to it. We'll watch that closely. We did not see a similar move in Brent. The Brent contract trading at 50.92, down 43 cents. Still, that contract is still stuck down right off of its lows and it's hovering right on its 200-day moving average of 50.74. Watch that contract closely. Finally, taking a look at the fixed income markets, after the announcement of the Fed moving a quarter of a point and basically saying that 3 moves in 2017, that's basically what they're forecasting at this juncture. The 2-year Treasury, it popped on price, yield came down. This was the biggest yield loser. This put a little bit of pressure on the financials. We're going to watch this move in bonds. They were oversold, but if you take a look at the 2-year, bounced well off of its lows over the last couple sessions, finished today right off of its highs, up 1.11% at 148.11. We'll watch this. You're going to want to watch the 149 and 150 on the 2-year. This is the most sensitive end of the curve to moves in interest rates. The 10-year, though, on the longer end of the curve, up 0.9% at 97.27. It really popped, blew through its 50 and its 200-day moving average. As I discussed in Tech Talk when I talked about putting on a bullish position in bonds as far as price action in TLT, playing the upside, bottom line is that bond prices through the roof, and they were completely oversold. It looks like there have been some short covering there, as well as maybe some initial buying post the Fed, so we'll watch that closely. And then the 30-year up 1.28% at 97.28. Again, going through that 50 and 200-day moving average, holding, or 20-day moving average, holding that 20-day moving average. Now resistance comes in on the long end of the bond at the 200-day at 98.65. That would be quite a push to the upside for bonds. But again, expect some volatility in here. Long end of the curve won't be as sensitive to these quarter point rate hikes. Watch the 2-year. All right, folks, that is it right now for the closing bell. We're going to be back online with the overnight action report at 8:30 Eastern time here at MarketStream.live. I want to see you there. Take care.